A very good evening and a warm welcome to our first edition of UBC News Tonight, live from Nile Avenue. Welcome. My name is Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. Now we start off this newscast with President Museveni has commissioned the Day Biopharma, a multi-billion vaccine manufacturing plant at Chigogwa in Wakiso district. Now the facility under the Day Group is expected to not only manufacture drugs and vaccines but also make them readily available in the country. We have the details.
The Shillings 1.8 trillion facilities in Chigogwa sits on 150 acres of land, and it will manufacture quality biological drugs, the mRNA vaccine, that will be sold at relatively low price to their clients. They, Biopharma, will produce all the biological medicines listed as essential drugs. Commissioning the plant at Chigogwa in Wakiso district, President Museveni saluted the proprietors for this massive investment in the field of science. He also revealed that the government is committed towards funding research innovations.
So really, I want to salute Magora, salute his family, his wife, and those who have been sticking with him, because this is part of the resistance movement. We resist all these bad people. You don't give up. When we were here, it was the same story. We were resisting. Now Magora has had to fight. And others, everybody who does something good in Africa is fought by the new colonial Africans. But in Africa, there's a Africa bali abakolera abanyunyusi bamulwanyisa. They can't see value. Ekyomugaso tebakiraba, balaba ebifu bye balaba bye batwala ng'ebikulu.
On the issue of limited raw materials to be used by the pharmaceutical plant, President Museveni assured the factory that they should not worry because Ugandans are very hardworking and will be able to produce the raw materials. Importing.
But you find people who say they are leaders, they don't care about that. That's why Africa has got so many problems. I'm very happy when I see some people coming up, like Magora. This young man, you heard what triggered his interest. Two things actually that triggered his interest.
A team from the World Health Organization previously visited the facility and expressed satisfaction at which it was shaping up. The commissioning was witnessed by the first Deputy Prime Minister, Rebecca Kadaga, and the former Prime Minister, Amama Mbabazi, who were elected with the new development.
So from this small village of Matuga, the whole world is going to be supplied. So it's a very, very big thing for us, by way of import substitution, but also capacity building and employment.
Lack access to essential medicines, vaccines, and medical devices. And as all of us are aware, where there is demand, there will be supply. And this vacuum is too often filled by substandard and falsified medicines, peddled by organizations searching for profit, no matter what the human cost.
On his part, Matthias Magola, the managing director, They Biopharma Limited, said that the $500 million project, which will be implemented in phases, is being funded by the Equity Bank, Uganda Development Bank, and other institutions. Haruna Mtesasira, reporting for UBC News in Chigogwa, Wakiso district.
Vice President Jessica Lupo yesterday presided over the groundbreaking ceremony for the refurbishment and equipping of Busolwe General Hospital in Butaleja District, Eastern Uganda. Now, the 55-year-old hospital is to be renovated at a cost of 28 billion Uganda shillings. The 18-month project is funded by the Government of Uganda and the Kingdom of Spain.
To socio-economic growth, which will be achieved by the provision of accessible and quality health care to all the people of Uganda. The health of the Ugandan population is central to the socio-economic transformation of our country. The poor health status of our people will undermine the economic benefits of attaining universal health coverage by 2030 and the National Vision 2040 if health service delivery is not improved. In that vein, the government of the Republic of Uganda, with the support of the Kingdom of Spain under the debt swap program, has committed US $20 million, equivalent to 75 billion Uganda shillings, towards construction, refurbishment and equipment of Kaolo and Busolwe General Hospitals. The objective of the project is to contribute towards universal health coverage with essential health and related services through improvement of the accident and emergency and reproductive health services at the said general hospitals. The project scope includes renovation of hospital wards, extensions, new constructions to expand and improve accident and emergency wards, as well as the improvement of the water supply and sewerage and an upgrade to the power supply. At the same time, it includes supply of the hospital, which will be fitted with the latest medical equipment and an ambulance to support the transport and referral of patients. Kaolo Hospital, that is part of this project, has already been refurbished, equipped and handed over in April 2019 at a cost of United States $10.67 million, equivalent to 40.5 billion Uganda shillings. And this has greatly improved services, especially the accident and emergency services, given that the hospital is in that accident corridor between Lugazi and Jinja. Despite the delays to commence the construction works in Busolwe Hospital, which is attributed to COVID-19 and other unforeseeable events, I am particularly pleased that Busolwe Hospital, which is in a bad state of disrepair, is finally getting a state-of-the-art facelift and is going to be well equipped. The total cost of refurbishment and equipment is estimated at 28 billion Uganda shillings, and all the procurement processes have been completed. All the medical buildings will be refurbished, coupled with the construction of the trauma center for accident and emergency that also includes an imaging center that will be equipped with a modern equipment and the state-of-the-art X-ray machine. In addition, Government of Uganda, through the Engineering Brigade of the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, is currently refurbishing all staff houses in this hospital at a cost of 5.2 billion Uganda shillings in order to improve the living conditions of our health workers.
UBC News Tonight. Now, it is of great concern that low-developed road infrastructure remains part of Great Luwero, something that local leaders have attributed to corruption. State Minister for Works, Musa Francis Etweru, says it is a challenge that cuts across all regions in the country, vowing to deal with the anomalies. Now, this was during a stakeholders engagement on the state of the roads and other social services in Great Luwero, an event convened by the Prime Minister, Nabanja.
This is Luwero. The road is busy and to some extent developed. transport operators are taking a swipe at the opportunity to fend for livelihood. Just on the roadside sits Uganda National Roads Authority, UNRA, a government agency responsible for road constructions in Uganda. It was at this venue that stakeholders held an engagement on the status of roads and other social services. Prime Minister Robin Anabanja was the chief convener of the meeting. Her official opening was just enough to open a Pandora's box on the status of roads in the area. Corruption, fund mismanagement, and what others described as sole decision-making by chief administrative officers were some of the concerns.
Kucha engineer omukadde twegabanyizaamu olw'okubeera batukwerinze nga Honorable Najjuma bwagamba abadde responsible eri query ezo auditors yatukwerinze. Engineer oyo bamuyita Arnold Mugwanya abadde acting, ono ye substantive.
Olumuyinza n'okuwaayiriza ataakoze kintu naye nga waliwo ensonga, so kati kitegeeza nti mu communication n'ebikolebwa ku mpapula byanjawulo.
N'amasimu in fact era twagala musaininge tusigaze amasimu gammwe bano basobole okugakozesa nga ne bwoba oli ero sisiri bakuweereza kakati wano chief abatasobola kukubuzaabuza na kulima mbu titwafunye ki sente ezo.
To accompany the Prime Minister at this engagement was State Minister for Works Musa Francis Echweru. He agreed with the raised concerns, citing similar occurrences in other areas of the country.
What they did with our equipment, they work again with the cow and hire the equipment to the private contractors. One excavator in a day is 1.5 million, sometimes 2 million. So if the engineer and the cow hire it for 1 month to a private contractor who has been given a work by government even, that man will be earning about 1.5 to 2 million a day.
This, however, was not to say that nothing is being done to address the anomalies.
We want from now going forward, all the money that goes to the district should not only be known by the District Roads Committee. All the money that has gone to the district for roads should be public knowledge to all the citizens in that district. This district this year, this quarter, has received 400 million for doing roads. That is Amuria district, for example, or Luero, if we want to be very precise, like where I am now.
At the end of the day, it was agreed that indeed there is a problem of road infrastructure in the Greater Luero.
So mukkirize kolagane ne ba district leaders tulabe we tugenda okuteeka humps nga bwe tudaliriza obuti oba potholes.
I think we need to all regularly have such so we can now also check ourselves.
The meeting brought together local leaders from the districts of Greater Luero, including Nakaseke, Nakasongola and Luero. Henry Okrut, UBC.
The Archbishop Kampala Archdiocese Dr. Paul Semogere has urged parents to strengthen their faith and for children to help them grow knowing Christ, their Savior. Now Semogere was celebrating the feast of St. Teresa, the patron saint of St. Teresa Chisubi Girls Primary School. Now over 200 children at the school received the sacrament of Holy Communion and confirmation in a colorful ceremony. Take a look.
Fill them with the spirit of the fear of the Lord. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Confirmation is one of the 7 sacraments appreciated and recognized by the Catholic Church as a visible symbol of reality of God as well as a channel for God's grace. It is for this reason that the Archbishop Kampala Archdiocese, Dr. Paul Semogere, confirmed over 200 children at St. Teresa Girls Primary School Chisubi and urged them to remain faithful.
Jesus Christ as a girl, love with the Lord, did a lot of penance for him, for our own sins and sins of the world, and always reflecting and meditating upon Jesus Christ.
Catholic confirmation is usually the second or the third sacrament that Catholics experience after baptism and sometimes Holy Communion. All Catholics must undergo confirmation, meaning that confirmation is actually the final step of becoming fully converted to Catholicism.
This is very important because being a patron is the one who pleads for us in all our needs. Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus is the saint our daughters emulate so that they can behave like she did in order to be good Christians.
At the same function, Reverend Sister Mary Valentine Nabosa, who has served the school for more than 28 years, was given a donation of a brand new car as a package for her retirement. I'm Joseph Bule, UBC, reporting from Entebbe.
Thank you, Joseph Bule. Now, in more news, the Presidential Advisor Special Operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has committed himself to the development and search for talents across the country, especially the youth. Now, General Muhoozi, I beg your pardon, who has been in Arua City to officiate over at the climax of a 2-week sports gala in West Nile, says that now that he is free, it is a good moment for him to meet his dream.
Muhoozi Kainerugaba is already arriving. There you go. Let's show some love to the general himself. He's a 4-star general.
General, your intervention in the sports will greatly help us identify, nurture and develop and promote talent for the socio-economic transformation of our communities, as many will get employed due to their talent. The Arua-Nebi Manive Road through Terebu is so terrible. Koboko Yumbe Moyo roads are in need of something urgent. We appreciate the efforts of government in connecting this region to national grid. Our ambassador, the challenge is when this main bulk power reaches West Nile, the connectivity within the West Nile districts is unattended to. The bulk power will come and stop at a Muni substation. We ask for your support in pursuing that the region is connected generally. In case of any threat, we have the silk, we have the dagger, we have bow and arrow, and a stool.
DJ.
This is also obviously an economic activity. I'm sure all these young people here know, those who follow the English Premier League, you know all those players out there who make a lot of money simply by doing something they love, which is football. Sports is also a unifying factor. It unifies us. When Uganda Cranes is playing, there is no political party, there is no language, there is no region. We are all Ugandans supporting our team. And I'm sure it's the same case here when Onduparaka. Keep it up. I congratulate the winners again of the MK tournament and thank all the organizers. Thank all the organizers for the time and effort they put into this.
Now, war has resumed in the Democratic Republic of Congo after government forces clashed with M23 rebels who have been in Bunagana for 6 months. Now, security, through the office of Chisoro Resident District Commissioner, confirmed this, saying that the war broke out in parts of Ruchuru, North Kivu province. Kabaruka says many refugees have entered Uganda through Bunagana and other porous borders in Chisoro district. He, however, assured residents of tight security on the side of Uganda to protect lives and property. Now, this has come barely a week after close to 28,000 Congolese went back to the DRC.
At the morning today, the 22nd of October, we have again experienced an inflow of refugees from the district of Ruchuru, North Kivu. As our country's policy on refugees will remain open, we are receiving them and taking them to Nyakabande Transit Center, where we are going to prepare them and later be sent to the gazetted refugee settlement areas like Nachivari. We are getting many from areas of Ruchuru, Chengerero, and Rwankuba, where hostilities between M23 and Fadaka forces, those are the Congolese army, have again begun fighting. We hope with the intervention of the East African standby force, the hostilities will not take long and the population will go back to their country. But temporarily, we are receiving them, settling them at a transit center in Nyakabande Chisoro, as UNHCR and other refugee agencies handle and prepare them to transfer them to areas of Nachivari. Yes, on our side, security is safe. We are monitoring all the situation across in DRC closely. There is no cause for alarm on the Ugandan side. Preparation is settled. We are ready to keep security in our area.
Ikikoma sesigana likuvuga mabombe ayo amikomporo biri kuvuga no twabivuga ko guhunga ni ngongo duhunge tawa abahantu ibyo bintu bikuvugira ngo none nejo hapfuye bamwe bapfuyemo babikubise bicamo bamwe nico gitumye bagira ubwoba bose bakiruka na nubu bikuvuga kandi biri kuvuga bitwegereye niyo mpamvu bose bihitse kandi guhunga ni ngongo ngo ahunze amaguru.
UBC News tonight. Now, over 150 Ugandans who had been stranded in Dubai have been repatriated by government back to Uganda. Now, the groups that came in 2 batches arrived at Entebbe Airport this afternoon. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Gender, Agri Chibenge, says the returnees will pick means of respective homes after arriving in Kampala.
It was too good to be true as over 150 Ugandans who have been stranded in the Middle East jetted at Entebbe International Airport. Statistics from Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development indicates that at least 28,000 Ugandans seek domestic work in the Middle East annually. Government, through a number of interventions, has repatriated over 150 Ugandans who were stranded in Dubai. The Permanent Secretary, through a phone interview, said government is still doing all it can to bring back the remaining Ugandans.
This is a government-to-government arrangement, and we have been coordinating with our embassy in the United Arab Emirates. The government of the United Arab Emirates offered amnesty to people from different nationalities whose stay in UAE is considered illegal for various reasons.
Chibenge says government is committed to ensuring that all Ugandans stranded are brought back safely to the country. He, however, urges young girls and boys seeking for employment in the Middle East to go through the right channels and process.
I think the issue here is, as much as possible, as government, we have to emphasize that anybody who wants to go out there to work is safer doing so through the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development arrangement that works only through licensed companies. It then becomes easier for us to track that person right from here up to the destination country. And if there was any problem, it becomes very easy for us also to give our embassy information about this person, and they can track him or her wherever they are.
Two of the returnees who we managed to talk to on condition of anonymity said they traveled to Dubai through an agent. They narrated the situation they go through while in the Middle East.
Agent we bakyasinza okuleeta obuzibu bakujja eno nga bakugamba byakutwala kukola naye nga ekituufu Dubai tewali mirimu. Emirimu gisobola okuba naye emirimu egisingayo gya kiyumba.
Linkuteko ku ssente omwezi nga gumu, endala zonna ba agenti bazirya. Kuba ekituufu tukola kyekyamazima, bamami tukola. N'okola ekyeyo ky'e Dubai tekiri nga kyeyo kyawalala wonna.
The groups that came back in two batches arrived at Entebbe Airport this afternoon aboard Fly Dubai and Air Arabia. Jane Nyuramcha, UBC News.
MTN joins the people of Keralur to celebrate the 12th coronation anniversary of the King of Keralur, His Royal Majesty Ubim Philip Raoni III in October. At MTN, we believe that we only succeed if the communities in which we operate succeed. And so, we're happy to join the people and well-wishers of the people of Keralur in promoting social cultural programs of the Ubim.
Walego Mugisa ni Ubimu ku Keralur.
The Electricity Disputes Tribunal is a specialized quasi-judicial body established under Section 93 of the Electricity Act to handle all civil cause disputes relating, but not limited to, regulatory disputes, billing and licensing, tariffs, power generation, transmission and distribution issues, compensation resulting from activities in the electricity sector, including civil wrongs and breaches of statutory and contractual duties and consumer-related complaints. The Electricity Disputes Tribunal is a special court and the first instance court that deals with electricity matters in the country. For more information, please contact the Electricity Disputes Tribunal at Amber House, Kampala Road, opposite Post Office, or call us on 041 23 2987.
Did you know that a cashless, secure, and convenient lifestyle is possible with Airtel Money Pay? Pay for your goods and services in the following simple steps. dial *185*9#. Enter the merchant ID. Enter the amount. Enter payment reference, for example, school items. Please enter PIN to confirm. You will receive a confirmation message for a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end, but do join us for our second edition at 10 o'clock. We have more stories loaded up for you. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. I'll see you at 10.
Inspiring Uganda.